Yeah.
Okay, is my slide up? I can't tell from the. It is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can't see it on my screen. I mean, on the shared screen, the Zoom screen. All right. Yeah. Sorry for that rough start, everyone. Um, I want to thank y'all for inviting me again. This is exciting. I love STEM Week. It's fun. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? Because we love STEM. But I want to congratulate and thank the planning committee. I know there's a lot of work that goes into these or events like this too. So I want to thank them and congratulate them for it looks like going to be a very successful sixth annual STEM Week. So thanks again for sharing the link with us as well. And I have sent that out to my faculty and staff and hoping they will share it with their students as well too. And I really feel like the variety of things that are being presented this week um, are there's something for everyone. Everyone in my college. I can't think of anyone that would be left out of uh, of that because it's such a wide variety of talks that your speakers are speaking about. Um, and I had this slide last year, and we talked about scaffolding and how we build on research from previous generations and previous scientists and stuff too. So we continue to build on that research, and that's provided by earlier scientists too. And the next generation of our scientists are the students of today. So many of them are in the room as we speak, and as faculty, then we're training this next generation of scientists, and they'll build upon the work that we have done and the discoveries that we've made, in our generation. I think it's exciting. I have graduate students, former graduate students who are now professors at universities, and they're actually training the next generation as well too. So that's pretty exciting um, when you think about that too. Last year, I know we had speakers, and I laughed from A to Z. I think it was from amphibians to zombies. Well, this year we've got speakers that range from agriculture, from A to V, agriculture to veterinarian vaccines. Um, the speakers will talk about sustainable agriculture and symbiotic fungi and how they enhance dryland agriculture. I think that's a very interesting concept. I'm anxious to see that one, and also the vaccines for veterinary medicine as well too. A few highlights for today as we start off too. The first speaker, I believe, is talking about modeling the Mexican cartels. And then we hear about brain imaging. We hear about genomic research as well too. Edible insects. I hope recipes are included in that. That will be interesting to see. And of course, neuroscience careers as well too. That's always good for students to hear. They maybe have an interest, but learning what types of careers that they can take with their degrees and with their interests is always great to hear. Some of the other speakers too that we will hear tomorrow include carnivore conservation. Of course, that's close to our heart with the red wolves and the conservation that we work on here in Jonesboro with that connection in life and nature too, and of course the evolution of agricultural production. Agriculture is very important, especially in the Jonesboro area. We are in the Delta, and so we're kind of the breadbasket of our region here too. And so we live in a highly agricultural productive area here. So a lot of my research is with agricultural runoff and how to mitigate that as well too. And so also some of the things that I think are very interesting, we'll also hear about the live soil ranch. I went to their website. I did a little snooping and went to their website and looked at it, and that sounds very, very interesting. And also something that I keep kind of toying with and doing a little bit with too is freelance nature photography too, and how to become a photographer too. So that's pretty neat. Um, and sprinkled in there throughout the week, there are a lot of genomics talks as well too. IL-10 gene therapy is one of them. Melanoma, which that's a very important topic. I know people who have suffered from that as well. Um, and also the genome topology in fruit flies. That should be interesting too. Fruit flies are studied here as well too. And one that I think uh, is very interesting as well too, and that's the health equality in Latin America, the genomics of that too. So a lot of varied topics on that. I like that. That's pretty neat. And so rounding it out, we'll also hear about black hole detectives. I'm anxious to see what that one is actually about too. That's pretty cool. And scientific dissemination. And our research, again, one of my mentors when I was a young graduate student, he told me, he said, we can do all this research, we can do it all, but until you have a deliverable, something that you can actually put out there for other scientists and the public to read and see what you've done, your research really hasn't gone that full circle. And so I think this dissemination talk will be interesting, especially these days, because um, there's a lot of controversy, and I think a lot of it was enhanced by the pandemic about scientific discovery and how it's harder now to disseminate our information correctly. Um, Another topic that's very important too is energy transition. We know that's a hot topic with everyone as we try to reduce our carbon footprint, and also energy transition will be interesting too. And as well, the STEM Bowl finals. Those will round out one of the. I'm sure the STEM Bowls have been going on, but the finals are this week. Some of the roundtable discussions too, they're always a great way to interact and get various um, you know, angles on topics of interest and stuff too. And so I think surviving your STEM major, that's a good topic, especially for the students. They wonder how they're going to make it, and then they wonder what they're going to do when they do get out too. One of the topics that we've talked about here as well too, and I'm anxious to see what the discussion is with you guys, is this AI and data science. So there's some people that are really embracing this, and there's other people that are kind of stiff arming it and saying no, we can't have this. So finding a good middle ground and a way to use it to our advantage and not to our disadvantage as far as teaching goes is very important. So some of the workshops I thought were super interesting. Um, Career paths, of course, that's a good one for the students as well too. They can look at those two. Mathematics, of course, and data visualization is always really important. Insect pinning, I wouldn't mind taking that one myself. There's a couple of them on here I wouldn't mind. If I were down there with you guys, I would definitely be signing up for. And bacterial art. I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but that sounds pretty interesting. And of course, uh, vanilla cheese. Um, that's one of my favorites. So I know that was I think a carryover from last year, if I remember correctly, as well too. So one of the speakers that the talks that really caught my attention too was the updates on the veterinary vaccines. And one reason is because many of you may know, but we are opening a College of Veterinary Medicine here on campus. The curriculum, which I worked extensively on, myself and the Dean of the College of Agriculture were in charge of that. And so we worked very extensively on the curriculum. We had some formats given to us, so we didn't have to, reinvent every wheel, but it was a lot of work that went into that too. 4 years curriculum. We were inspected by or had our visit from the Arkansas Department of Higher Ed a couple of weeks ago, and so we've got approval from them to move forward, which that's good. The Arkansas Veterinary Medical Association, the AVMA, actually does two site visits before they do the approval, and you're actually an AVMA approved school of veterinary medicine. And their first visit will be in June. Their last visit will come toward the end, like right before we actually open the doors. So we're expecting the first class in the fall of 2026. And so that that's pretty exciting. And it's crazy to think that, this time next year we'll actually be, looking at some of those applicants. Right now we have our founding dean is Dr. Glenn Hofsis, and he has been one of our consultants as we set this up anyway. And he is actually a retired dean who has founded vet a vet med school before, and so he's got a lot of experience with this. And so he's a great guy. He's really good to work for or work with. And so right now we have our search committee on for I guess you could call it a permanent dean. He only came on because, there were people that had to sign things off and all. So he's only there for a short time, and he knows it. And he's actually helping us find his successor. Another exciting thing is that the biology department here in the college has come up with a curriculum for a pre-veterinary degree, and that is going through. It's been approved in our curriculum committee, and so it should be on the books for next fall. That degree will differ a little bit. Right now, they're lumped in with our pre-professional degree, and it will differ a little bit as far as taking off um, uh, some of the electives that are in our pre-professional, and adding some electives from animal science in agriculture. So we're hoping that as that develops, and as we get our permanent dean in place, and the curriculum is really finalized, because that dean will have the authority, obviously, to change the curriculum a little bit, and the prerequisites will be set, that we can actually tailor our prerequisites to what the school will require. So we feel like we'll have a huge influx. We've had a lot of interest already, but we feel like we'll have a huge influx of students in that pre-vet degree. So I kind of wanted to bring that to y'all's attention too. We do have a website as well too. It's listed up here too. It's just under college/veterinary medicine and that's pretty new, but that is there as well too. So I think this veterinary medicine thing is in well, I've already got you guys in mind as far as including y'all in our plans to move forward with the acceptance of students as well too. So I want to thank again the planning committee and all the speakers too. I'm really anxious to hear these the talks, whether I had to come back and hear them later, or if I can hear them live this week. I also want to wish the students good luck in the Student Bowl competition, and also the science fair and the student debates that are going on this week. I wish I could be there in person with you. I think that would be fun. Maybe one year I can make it down there. Although this time of the year is kind of busy with our deadlines, PRT deadlines and such too. But and I want to thank everyone for asking me to speak and kind of kick off this week. I think it's an exciting week for you guys too. And going along with one of your talks too, I'm going to end with the same slide that I did last year about protecting our endangered species too. And the Weiler Woods for wildlife are part of our big proponents for the red wolf conservation as well. So, and thank you again for inviting me, and good luck this week to everyone.
And thank you very much. Let's see. There we go. Thank you very much. I'll just show you the audience. We already have quite a few students here ready for the first talk starting us off. And thank you so much for that very
Welcome.
nice introduction. We are very excited to get started, and we love that we have this tradition of having you at the beginning. So that being said, we have a few minutes before the first talk, about 10 minutes. So just hang around. I think we have a few snacks out here, and we'll
If
be.
anyone has any questions for me about any of the things that we discussed, I'll be happy to answer them as well too, since we have a few minutes.
Any questions, guys?
Thank you, Dr. Holding. That's very generous. And it was great hearing about the veterinary school that is starting very, very soon on the Jonesboro campus. Hopefully that will be also a great opportunity for the students down here in Querétaro that want to pursue that option.
That's right. Since I'm on the committees, all the committees for that, that's my personal agenda. I'm going to make sure that you guys are included, because the thing is, the Arkansas students or the in-state students pay a lot less tuition. So we're hoping we can extend that as well to your campus, to the students from your campus, or even if they need to come here for their last year, of their undergrad curriculum, to get some of those prereqs as well too. That would be a welcome thing as well.
That would be amazing. I would love to continue that conversation, maybe one-on-one later, but I'm excited to see that our students over here are always on your mind.
Good. And I plan to be there in May, so I hope to see you guys then.
Yes.
I'll see everyone then as well too.
Perfect. Is anyone else interested in approaching Dean Bolden to ask any particular question? This is your chance.
Everyone's gonna be shy now, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
see that.
That usually happens.
Okay. And the snacks are available. And
Very well.
Thank you again, Dean Bolden.
Thank you again. And this is it.
Thank you. Good luck this week.
2024.
Thank you.